guys? So I got a request to do a more in-depth video with the Mesa Stiletto and with the precision drive going into it. So here's the signal chain. We're going from the Line6 Wireless into the tuner, and we want the tuner before the gate so that the guitar doesn't trigger the gate to open up while I'm tuning. So tuner in front of the gate for sure. And then we're going from the trigger of the gate into, I have an AutoWah, and I also have the precision drive as the overdrive. AutoWah is off right now, and then it goes into the gate section of the Decimator, and then to the front of the amp. And in the effects loop, I have just one pedal. I decided to go with the 3-foot cables because it's actually better sounding for the effects loop, and it does make a difference if you have shorter cables in your effects loop. So I have just the what is that, Dunlop delay in there, Dunlop Echoplex actually. And so let's go look at the amp again here. So the way that we have the amp running right now, we're on 50 watt mode, and we have the output kind of cranked pretty high, but then we're using the master volume to keep it down it's actually the channel volume, but they call it master. And I like the way this sounds better on this amp. And then EQ's pretty much in the middle. Gain is a little bit higher. We're on fluid drive on channel 2. And the one thing about these amps is I didn't realize that the presence, it even says this in the manual, and I didn't even realize that until I saw it in Fluff's video. I had to pull out a manual and look, and it was in there. It says to keep the presence really low on these amps, and I had a rectifier a long time ago, and I could never get it to sound right, and that was actually why, because I had the presence way up, and I didn't realize that you could turn it down that low and have it still sound good. It just seemed like the wrong thing to do to turn the presence pretty much off. And for this amp with the precision drive, because the precision drive is very tight and high pitched, so I have the volume on that backed off just a little bit and the gain backed off, so it's just a little bit of an EQ curve, kind of more than a boost. And then I have the presence on this amp, it's all the way off right now, and it sounds really good that way. Here's the amp without the precision drive, so we'll turn the overdrive off and see how that sounds. So it sounds pretty good already. Then we'll put precision drive and see the difference. One other thing that's really cool about this amp is the effects loop has a volume, so you can raise it up if you lose any of your signal from having any pedals or cables. You know, I just have this one pedal here, but if you're losing any kind of signal, you can turn it back up with the effects loop volume, and it actually makes a huge difference. So you don't have as much signal degradation. And so I actually used this to turn it up a little bit, and let's see if that sounds any better.